Welcome back here to Borio's 8891 McDonnells Parkway in Cicero, New York. We are here at Back on the Field. We've been doing Back on the Field for a couple of years now. Rob Drummond, running back for many years, Syracuse, NFL, and CFL, has played all over Canada. Got to play for the Philadelphia Eagles, got to play in Syracuse, New York. So did some Northeast and then went way north. Got to play in British Columbia, Toronto. So had a lot of experience out there, and with his experience comes expertise. That's why he's here. That's why he truly is a bat on the field, talking about everything that currently happens on the field every single year. Of course, I'm Dan Tortora, Broadcast Media, with you for over a decade, and I thank you for your love and support over the 10 years plus of what I do with Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora, with everything, including back on the field. We talk about quarterbacks. We talk about running backs and wide receivers with Syracuse. We are now to the tight end and the H-back position, a position that is still not clearly defined to every Syracuse fan, so we're going to do our best to bring that to you and give you the exact definition and tell you how even the NFL and college football isn't abiding by that definition anymore. We'll start with the tight end. Syracuse has Kendall Moore and Josh Parrish, two guys who had flashes of pretty good style of play out there. Tyler Provo, we haven't seen him yet. Came in as a freshman last year. And Cam McPherson, the brother of Mackie McPherson, has found his way onto the team. Looks like Mackie. Taller, a little bit skinnier than Mackie, but right now he's a guy that you really don't know what you're going to get. So we'll start with Kendall Moore and Josh Parrish, two guys that split time last season, even though Beckett Wales was a part of the team at the time. What can you say about what you took away from Kendall Moore, who played as a true freshman, but this Midwest movement for Syracuse to get the Chicago guys really is showing why there's so much talent out there?
First off, I would say that the H-back position is a very, very funny position, because you basically have to be a runner, you have to be a very talented blocker, you have to be a very talented receiver, so it's all positions combined. Plus you have to have size because you're down blocking, you're trap blocking, you're doing all the things that a lineman does. You're doing all the things the receiver does, and you're doing all the things that a running back does. So basically, the H-back position is one of the most important positions on the field, because not only are you asked to block sometimes, you have to run routes out there, and you have to be fast. So I think these guys did a very, very good job of what they were asked to do in the scheme of Syracuse's offense. But it's one of the most difficult positions on the field.
The H-back position having so many things to do with Kendall Moore and Josh Parrish strictly being tight ends for the most part right now. We'll go to the H-backs. Brisley Esteem and Corey Cooper, who is a true freshman, who came on early, started class early like A.J. Long did at quarterback. Corey is kind of in this H-back position that Syracuse kind of tested very minimally with Ashton Burrow, didn't call it that, and then moved into Brisley and let Brisley take off with it. It basically is the position that the best way to define it is not the way that it's specifically defined, which is that you are a blocker who can also be like a slot receiver, but you're mostly blocking. To define it in the way that Syracuse uses the H-back, it is to get the ball to Brisley Esteem by any means necessary.
I mean, from an offensive standpoint, it's one of the most athletic positions on the field because you're asked to do so much. So for Brisley, and Ashton to both be considered H-backs, but you don't want to get considered an H-back because that's terminology you don't want to attach to you. But it's an honor actually, because you're just asked to do so much, and it takes a lot of talent to play that position. But the guys playing that position, it's a very, very important position. It may not seem like that in Syracuse, but I remember when I played with the Eagles and the Redskins, which had that H-back position, and it was just coming out, and they had Clint Whittier. If you remember that name from the Redskins that played that position, but he was a very, very talented receiver. If someone like an Aaron Hernandez or someone like Gronkowski would be great for that position because they're big, strong, fast, can run, can catch, they can do it all. So it's a position that requires a lot. Maybe not in the Syracuse scheme of things, but they can get to that point, but it requires a lot from other teams running it.
With Brisley, he's been held out, kind of nursing an injury during fall camp. If Syracuse doesn't have him healthy all season long. What happened?
I think Ashton Broyles' number is going to be called a lot more, and then you'll see the exploits or the explosiveness of this young man. Because I think this young man is just someone who's just sitting in the wings right now, just waiting to explode. I can't explain why it's taking him so long for him to get his bearings, to get it well adjusted, to settle down. But I just see so much talent. I've been to practices before, and I've said to myself, wow, that kid's got all the talent in the world. He's got the talent that at the next level, because he does have the talent to play at the next level. He's going to explode. I just hope this young man just goes out there and does something like Mike Williams. I knew Mike Williams would be a star, just be someone who just came on like gangbusters in the NFL because he has so much talent in college. But Ashton Broyles has so much talent right now, but right now he's being reserved. I don't understand why, but hopefully a young man can get out of the funk he's been in for the last couple of years and just come on the scene and just explode.
Ashton's done it. Brisley's done it. Brisley got to do it more because he was targeted more. Brisley esteemed, no matter where he catches the ball, always finds a way to make guys miss.
He's a playmaker.
Like he turns a negative 2-yard play into a 45-yard gain. What are the things that you think, what are the talents that he's put together in your mind that has made him such an explosive player? What really are his ingredients that have created this? Because he was a true freshman. He had no experience at college.
Confidence, he's a playmaker. The kid, once he gets the ball, people will really understand that when you have determination, when you have confidence, and when you're a playmaker, you can do a lot of things in the football field. You always feel he has this mindset that when he has the ball in his hand, there's no one that's his caliber, there's no one's going to stop him. And when you go out there and you perform, you think that, you perform like that. The mind is a powerful thing. And a lot of people don't understand that, especially for an athlete. You go out there and you think a lot of things you can do, you can definitely get them done. And he's not a player that proves that point.
Going back to the specific tight end position, Kendall Moore was asked to play offensive lineman to just be ready for it last year because of injuries and whatnot. He's a very tall offensive lineman, but to have a tight end that can catch the balls, proven he can catch it over the middle, proven that he can score touchdowns, proven that he, as another true freshman last year like Brisley esteemed, can be immediately effective. To know that he's so trusted as a blocker to be a backup offensive lineman, what does that tell you about his future at Syracuse?
He's just a very athletic, a tight end is just a very athletic tackle that can catch. If you think about it, because tight ends are asked to do the exact same thing offensive linemen are doing. But tight ends have to be able to run fast and catch the football also. So, if you think about it, to be able to switch between tackle and tight end, it says a lot for this young man. It says a lot for him going forward. Basically, when the NFL hopefully from looking for him, because now that he's going to be very, very versatile. He can go into the NFL as a tackle, he can go into the NFL as a tight end. So that says a lot for him going forward. That means he's a very, very talented young man. But if he works on his skill and hones his skills, he can do a lot of good things for Syracuse in the future.
What does it say about Syracuse recruiting that not only that they've gotten some type of a hold in the Midwest with players like Kendall Moore from Chicago, Illinois, and getting a hold in Florida with guys like Grizzly Esteem from the Sunshine State? What does it say about their recruiting that they're in these two areas and that these guys, as true freshmen, were immediately effective?
It just says to me personally that moving to the ACC has helped Syracuse out a lot. So now to be able to get those teams that really want to play on national television day in and day out, they want to sit there and play against teams that they really, that they've never played against before. So I think moving to this ACC has helped Syracuse in recruiting out a lot.
Josh Paris was the man who caught the pass that helped Syracuse get into a ball game. Terrell Hunt hiked the ball, rolled right, tossed it back left. He had a blocker, he had some help, but Josh Paris is the one that ran it in. There's been tight ends that have won games for Syracuse before. Josh is a big guy in the sense of just pure muscle. He looks the part of the tight end more so than anybody else. I mean, Kendall comes close, but Josh Paris looks like a tight end. He's that bulky guy. What do you see from him moving forward? I mean, can he do great things for Syracuse, but at the same time, do you see him being an NFL type of tight end?
It's too early to tell, but what, right now for these young guys, it's just consistency. That's what the NFL looks for. No one cares if you have one great year or 2 great years. You can do it time after time after time, or play after play after play, or down after down after down, even series after series. And that's what they look for. If they can do that on a consistent basis, they'll be fine going forward.
That is Rob Drummond of Syracuse, the NFL and the CFL. Currently, the man who created and runs reps, which will help all athletes, no matter what sport you play, where you are in the country, where you are internationally, when it comes to knowing how good you are in each piece of the sport that you love. Reps is the place to go to. You can get information on wakeupcallsdt.com. And thank you for tuning in on youtube.com/wakeupcalldt, also known as the Wake Up Call DT TV channel. We're here from Borio's, 8891 McDonnells Parkway in Cicero, New York. We are live here on site. We thank everybody that comes out and is here to listen. We thank you for tuning in and listening in. Make sure you come out to the next show. But before that, we have one final piece, and that is the position. I put them all together into one. Tackle, center, guard. No matter if you're on the left side or the right side. The thankless position, the position that goes forgotten, is the one that we are ending with, saving the best for last. You cannot function as an offense without an offensive line. Dan Tortora, Rob Drummond, that offensive line that protected Rob and helped Rob out, we'll be talking about next here on Back on the Field, live from Borio's.